am joined by none other than New Brunswick Cuban fusion legend, of someone I can call a friend, someone super talented, Dee Hernandez. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks for taking the time to chat.
Of course.
We're celebrating Black History Month with some amazing East Coast artists. Can you talk me through a little bit? I know your story is phenomenal and like expands through several countries and is so phenomenal. Talk us a little bit about getting to Dalhousie, New Brunswick as a Cuban and getting into the music industry.
So, after living in New Brunswick for about, 18 years, we went through the whole pandemic.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, I just feeling stuck and, things financially needed to move forward. My husband got a job offer. We moved to Dalhousie. But prior to that, I was living in St. John.
Yes.
Funny enough, I was in a writer's block for over 10 years.
Wow.
I was not able to create anything. My priorities were also my family.
Of course.
And the second I moved to Dalhousie, I don't know if it's just living by the ocean in a small town, that I was able to get creative again. And that's really how I'm able to create music right now, and doing the things that I'm doing right now is what broke the ice. I forgot the first question.
That's okay. Well, I was also asking because I know that you were on Canadian Idol,
Yes.
right? Like you came here from Cuba to Canada first because of a music exchange program, correct?
Right.
Yes.
So that's okay. So I was 15 years old.
Yes.
Came to Canada. I was doing like a multicultural exchange. When I came to Canada, I lived in St. John for a year, and I found that it was a little difficult to do what I did.
I can imagine.
And also, I didn't speak the language, and I didn't know any rock and roll or country music, which was very predominant in St. John at the time. And it was very difficult to do what I did when I came. So I had a friend who lived in Toronto who was able to get me linked up with other artists in Toronto, and I just went there to do a song with a fusion Brazilian Portuguese band.
Cool.
And moved to Toronto, did the whole thing. After several years of living in Toronto, being a full-time musician, I became a mom and I moved to St. John, or to the Maritimes, and I started creating music, and for the first time by moving back to the Maritimes. Since in Toronto I was more of a for-hire musician, so I think moving back to the Maritimes, it gave me opportunity to actually be an artist and explore my creativity, explore the type of music that really became true to me and what I'm doing right now. Not necessarily, Latin, not only necessarily R&B, but just the fusion of all the sounds that I've been exposed to during these years.
Absolutely. And if I remember correctly, you've won an East Coast Music Award and been nominated for Music New Brunswick Awards.
So I got nominated for both.
Nominated for both. I was like, you should have won. That's where I'm at.
I didn't win, but sometimes I think the winning takes away from your drive.
Right.
So maybe the universe is telling me I need to work harder. I don't know. So the nomination was a big deal to me, and it was more. At times, I say to people, you don't need validation, but it's nice to get validation of the work that you have put in, and recognition of the work that you have brought into the province, because it's not just for you, but also it enriches the cultural aspect and the view of what New Brunswick is musically as well. So I feel like in part, I'm a contributor to a sound that was not existent around. So I'm very proud.
You should be
of that myself. And not only that, even when I tried for Canadian Idol, I came, when you're young, you think that you know everything, and there's no room for expansion.
Right.
And to be able to get in front of national TV and sing songs in English, for me was a huge step forward, and even learning how a TV show works, and where you should be positioned, what camera to look at. So it was a whole learning experience that I'm able to actually take with me now. I was actually talking to a friend of mine, in the period that I stopped doing music, I had to get a job. So I worked as a car salesman. And it was actually, just a second, I was actually really good at it.
That doesn't surprise me at all, actually.
I was really good at it with a lot of work, but that was one of those things that actually took a lot of work to learn, and now I look back, the things that I learned
Yeah.
in that, those skill sets,
Took with you.
I'm able
Yeah.
to use right now, being my own, self.
You're your own salesperson. Yes.
I'm my own salesperson, which always has been one of my scariest things to talk about myself in a way that I don't sound very egotistic,
Of
because
course.
I've never wanted to sound like I'm better than anybody else. But at the same time, I also learned that you have to give value for the things that you bring into this earth, and I'm very proud of that. So to be able to talk to people about something that I'm really passionate about, something that comes true to me, and I actually think that music changes the world, to me is a great opportunity.
Awesome. And so what's next for you? What's on the horizon? I know of a couple very cool things.
Yeah.
What else is up? What's
So,
new?
during the summertime, I had the opportunity to be part of Maestro Fresh West TV show that will be airing in March. So, thanks to that, I'll be doing a show in Toronto, and I also have a few other shows coming up, like in Halifax, for the African Heritage Month,
Amazing.
which I have been looking forward to be part of for a long time, as well as a few festivals coming up, like Festival 5, Area 506.
Area 506,
Which
yes.
is something I've been working towards for a long time. And now I have the catalog and the ability to be able to be part of. So,
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
Amazing. And thank you so much for talking to us at Shifter Magazine. If you want to learn more about Dee, just Google Dee Hernandez and you will find some amazing, amazing music.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I'm glad to
you.
be here with you.